You can still buy a single family home in Gilbert, Arizona for $500,000. So in this video, I'm gonna break down what that gets you, what the monthly payment's gonna be, and the different parts of Gilbert that you wanna be looking at if you're looking to get a starter home in Gilbert in 2026. So to be exact, there's 25 single family homes on the market right now between $495,000 and $505,000. So if this is your price point, this is the perfect video for you. I'm gonna break down exactly what you're gonna get. And there's homes that are 1,300 square feet at that price point, all the way up to 2,600 square feet. So let's get into it. All right, so here we are on Redfin, and we put in the parameters 495 to 505,000, and there's exactly 25 homes on the market. And if you look here on the map, you got homes all the way in the north part of Gilbert, bordering Mesa to the north, and to the east, all the way down at the very, very bottom of Gilbert, bordering Queen Creek. So not many homes, as you could see, in the lower part of Gilbert, but once you get close to the Santan area, up near the 202 and above the 202, near downtown Gilbert, you got lots of options. All right, so before we get into the actual homes, and I'm actually gonna tell you which home in this price range is the best deal right now, so you wanna stay to the end. But first, let's break down exactly what kind of monthly payment you're gonna be looking at if you buy a $500,000 home. Okay, so the first column here on the left is if you put 20% down. So you buy a $500,000 home with 20% down. Today's rates are roughly 6.5%. And then when you add your taxes and insurance, you're looking at a total monthly payment of $2,903. So that's your mortgage, principal and interest, property taxes, and homeowner's insurance. So if you're putting 20% down, your mortgage is gonna be under $3,000. That's definitely gonna be right around what you're gonna pay for rent on a similar type home in Gilbert as of today. Now, if you want to do 10% down, then your payment's going to be more like $3,200 a month. And here's the breakdown. So with 10% down, you're looking at a $2,844 mortgage payment, and then your taxes are going to be about $250, and your homeowner's insurance is going to be about $125. So obviously the homeowner's insurance, depending on your coverage, could vary slightly, but I'm just using a conservative number. So with 10% down, your total mortgage payment's going to be $3,219. Now let's look if you just do 5% down. So 5% down on a $500,000 home, that's only 25 grand. And in today's market right now, when I'm recording this video, May of 2026, a lot of homes, the price is negotiable. So you can even get credit to cover your closing costs. So you could literally buy a $500,000 home with just $25,000. The seller will pay all your closing costs. In most cases, not every time, but that's unbelievable. I mean, 25 grand, and then you have a home in Gilbert at 500,000. That just blows my mind that you could still do that right now. And your total monthly payment, if you did 5% down, would be $3377 a month. I mean, that's very, very close to what you're gonna pay for rent and all the benefits of owning versus renting. I mean, it's a no-brainer, but that's what you're looking at as far as monthly payments on 5, 10, and 20% down. So if you wanna run your specific scenario and run some numbers, you can always book a call below. In this part of the video, I'm going to break down the different parts of Gilbert and where the best ideal location is. Maybe location's not as important to you, but if location is important, we're going to look at which parts are ideal. So if I was moving to Gilbert today from another city, from around the valley, or from another state, I would want to live somewhere close to the 202 freeway or at the very north part of Gilbert near the 60 freeway. This just gives you access to different areas. So if we zoom in on the map here and we look at Santan Village, I mean, that's a great area because you have Santan Village, which is the big outdoor mall in Gilbert, and there's tons of new stuff going up around Santan Village. For example, we're getting a Whole Foods. First Whole Foods in Gilbert is going to be right near Santan Village. So you already know if there's a Whole Foods going up, that's a prime location. So I would be looking in this area. Also, you have Cooley Station, which is another cool little area, which has got shops and restaurants and fun stuff to do. So I would be looking in and around Santan Village. The second place that I would look is near downtown Gilbert. Here, we're going to zoom in a little bit. If we look at a little bit of downtown Gilbert up near the 202, so this is generally downtown Gilbert area. I would look in this area because obviously downtown Gilbert, you got a lot going on. And if going to Scottsdale, downtown Phoenix, sporting events, if that's important to you, you want to be close to the 202 or the 60. Otherwise, if you're living, for example, on the south part of Gilbert down here, we got this one home down here that's listed at $499 at the very, very bottom of Gilbert, I mean, that's going to be very far to get to downtown Phoenix and Scottsdale. You're looking at probably around 45 minutes. If proximity to downtown and Scottsdale and Old Town is important to you, you want to be close to the 202 or the 60 freeway to the north. So number one, best option location wise is in and around Santan Village right here, as close as you can be. Option two, north part of Gilbert. If going to Scottsdale is not your thing, going to downtown Phoenix is not your thing, then you could look all around and just find the best home for you. So let's take a look at a couple of houses that I like personally in this area. All right, so we got this home on 3104 South Lois Lane in Gilbert. I like this one because it's very close to Santan. It's 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,200 square feet. So let's just take a look at a couple pictures. So you got a 2-story home. It looks like a little bit of community, HOA community. I wish they would open the blind so we get some natural light in here. Nice looking house. None of the homes in this price range are gonna blow your mind. A lot of them might need a little bit of work. Like for example, this home, it's got a lot of carpet. I personally don't like carpet, so we would, rip that up over time and just put in hardwood throughout, or, vinyl or laminate, whatever you're gonna put in there. But 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, you got a lot of bang for your buck. I'm guessing, yeah, you're not gonna have much of a yard, but still, you got a little bit of a yard, you got a dog, you got kids, definitely enough space to run around a little bit and play. And again, in this price range, you're not going to check off all your boxes. You're not going to get the perfect home that's updated with a big yard. It's just not going to happen. So you got to sacrifice something in this price range. So you got to be realistic. So, but I like this one. I like the one on Lois Lane, again, because your proximity to Santan, you got 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2,200 square feet. So you got space to roam around. Another one here that I really like, 3705 Perkinsville, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, almost 2,000 square feet for $500,000. Cute house on the outside. I like the color. And look at this. Look, you got the nice wood floors throughout, open floor plan. So you got the kitchen overlooking the living room area with the patio or the backyard, the door to the backyard right to the side, stairs, bedrooms upstairs. This is very nice home for $500,000 in Gilbert. So let's see, anything else stand out on this property? You got a little bit of a yard. That's the thing. Most of these houses, you're not going to get a big lot size. If lot size is important, let's sort it by lot size and see what we got. Okay, we got this home here. This one's in the southern part of Gilbert, but this area is very nice. I live here in Seville. So this property's here kind of bordering Queen Creek, right? So Queen Creek's right here. So this is actually, I do like it because Queen Creek's developing like crazy as well. If you like a lot of land, this house is going to be for you. So it's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, smaller, only 1,600 square feet, but you're getting 10,000 square foot lot. So that's going to be the selling point on this. And you got a single story, right? Beautiful. I love the white. You can move into this right away. You really don't need to do much. I'm not crazy about the tile or the kitchen countertops, but totally a house you could live in, starter home, or if you're moving from out of state and you got that land, right? You got 10,000 square feet of land. So we can do nice garage. What is this? 3-car garage. And then look, you got a nice spacious yard, beautiful mature trees, a lot of potential here to do something with this yard. I like this one a lot. I would really consider this one. The only downside to this is you're going to be a little bit farther, like I said, from Scottsdale, downtown Phoenix. But if that's not your thing, and you just want land, you want a nice home, oh, it's in the Trilogy community. That's great. Yeah, I would really consider this one. This would go at the very top of my list as far as homes that I would consider. Again, the downside, is going to be proximity to downtown and Scottsdale. But if that's not important to you, this one might be one of the best homes on the market for $500,000. So now, if you can stretch your budget a little bit and you can move up to $600,000, $550 to $600, let's just take a look, because we looked at a couple of houses right at the $500,000 range. Pretty solid houses. Let's just see how much more you can get if you can stretch your budget a little bit to the $550 to $600,000 price point. Look at how many homes are for sale between $550 and $600,000. Okay, now we got 98 homes on the market between $550 and $600,000. Let's narrow our search a little bit to at least 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. I mean, most of them should be single family home. So now we're still sorted by lot size. So let's take a look. You still get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath at $575, very close to Santan, very close to the 202, very close to Agritopia. So this property, 2292 Minnesota, prime location for Gilbert. And let's see what you get. So you get a single family home, nicely updated. All right, you got a nice yard. Look at this. Look at how much yard you get at 575. This is, and again, a lot of these homes are negotiable right now. So great community, you get a lot of lot size. Let's see, 0.3 acres at 575, guys, in Gilbert. That's unbelievable. Now let's just take a look at one more before we move on from this price point. Let's just say you want a big house, right? The most square footage. Let's see. So at 600,000, you get a 3,300 square foot house. So this is in the southern part of Gilbert right here. This might be in the Seville neighborhood. This is where I live. Andre Avenue. Yes, I believe this is Seville. You get a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,300 square feet for $600,000. I mean, this is like, that's crazy to me. So this is in the Seville neighborhood. This is where I live. And I'm actually going to be doing a video. If you want to learn more about Seville, I'm going to do a video specifically about Seville. So you want to subscribe and keep an eye out because that's coming out real soon. So big, spacious bedrooms, man, great neighborhood. I'll talk more about Seville in the other video. Look, it's bare, but you got a lot of yard too. This is a great buy right here. All right, so this gives you an idea of what you can buy in the $500,000 price range, what your payment's gonna be. And if you wanna stretch your budget a little bit, you kind of got an idea of what $550,000 to $600,000 will get you in Gilbert, Arizona as of 2026. And the final reveal, my favorite house in this price range. Now, before I show you this house, I do wanna mention, if your price point is 500,000, and again, if you need to run the numbers, you can book a call. But if your price point is 500,000, you don't have a lot of room to go higher than that. Let's say that's the maximum monthly payment that you can afford. Again, because so many homes are negotiable right now, I would recommend looking a little bit over, maybe in the 520, 530 range, and try to negotiate that price down. So that's what I would do. If I was capped at 500, I would still look up to 530 because a lot of homes are negotiable. All right, now for the final reveal, my favorite home at 500,000. From the time that I picked this home to the recording of the video, the home went pending. So that's how you know I made a good choice, because this home was my favorite home in the $500,000 price range. The address is 2970 East Andre Avenue. This is in the Seville community where I live. It's going to be far from the Scottsdale downtown Phoenix, but this is what you would get at the 500,000 price range. Single family home. Again, it's not going to be perfect, okay? And the reason I picked this home is because location, the size of the home, you got 2,100 square feet, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. So solid starter home. What I would do is, and the reason I picked this house is it's got a lot of potential. I would definitely change the floors, but you got an open living space, open kitchen. You got a nice farmer's sink, but the rest of the kitchen is pretty basic. And you got a decent lot. I mean, look how much space you got back there. So the reason I picked this house is because of location and upside. This home at 500,000, if you renovated this and made it look decent, got rid of the carpet, got rid of this, you know, weird tile that I don't personally like. I don't think it looks great, but with a little bit of upgrades, this is definitely gonna be worth in the high, 600, 700,000s. If it was renovated properly and had nice landscaping, this property would be worth way more. So that's it for this video. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment below, and follow and subscribe for more videos about Gilbert and the surrounding areas of the East Valley.